Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Today, along our voyage towards releasing a game, we will be publishing the game to itch.io. So take a seat, strap in, and enjoy the ride. So, off camera, I have been doing some work on the game. As you can see, lots of stuff has been added to the game itself, and if we quickly launch the game, it is in a state where it is in a playable state. And this is what I always try to do, get the game to a playable state as soon as possible, and then release this minimal version to the public to ask for some feedback. I'm just quickly demoing what happens if I get hit 3 times in a row. I die, I get a game over screen with the high score, and I can choose to play again or quit. So, that being said, how do we actually publish? To actually release the game, we have to export our project. But before we can export, we have to go to the export templates. From there on, we select the official GitHub release and you click download and install. I've already done this, I'm not going to do this because this takes a while. But once it's installed, then we go to project, export, and here you can add a template. I'm going to export to web, which I already made, and so this is the template I use. I export towards my exports folder under index.html. This is very important. The file itself needs to be called index.html. I export for mobile. I also export my icon. I didn't change any of the other stuff. So when we click export project, we get to save it again. So remember, this has to be index.html. We save, we overwrite, that's fine. Good. Now on to the next step. So I quickly opened up the exports folder inside of my Finder. What I need to do now is basically select everything and compress, because I need a zip file. The zip file has now been added to my exports folder. Afterwards, I need to go to itch.io. As you can see, I already did upload the game, but not to worry. We can go to upload a new project, and here we set the title. So the title of the game, of course, is Astro Assault. We don't have a project URL, or it gets autofilled anyway. Excuse me. We can add a short description, which I already prepared. There we go. We have created a game and it is an HTML. Right. Then we can say it is in development, or maybe even a prototype. Pricing we will not change for now, and here we can upload our zip file. Astro Assault, exports, we click our archive and we open up. Yeah, I know I already have a game. That's not a problem. Here we can set our dimensions for the game. Since it is a 160 by 240, if we quickly multiply this by 3, we get 720 in the height and 640 in the width. It is not mobile friendly. And for Godot, we need to check the shared array buffer. Then, for the game page description, I also created a small example text. There we go. Then the genre itself is an action. We can add a few things, like it's a 2D game, it has pixel art, it's about space. There we go. And then if you want to create a community on itch around your game, you can just change these settings. Otherwise, you can click save a view page. Now, as I've said, I already did this, so I'm just going to click and leave and go to the Astro Assault page itself. Here you can see the game with the description I provided. and also with the feedback form. We can run the game in the browser itself and actually start playing the game. There we go. Okay. So far for the uploading to itch. I also quickly wanted to highlight what had happened to my Trello board. As you can see, lots of small cards have been added, and if you remember correctly, we had a checklist in, for example, the player epic, which have now all been turned into these small cards that I implemented along the way. I have to be honest here though, this is the first time I tried using epics, and it'll probably be the last time I use the epics within Trello. I might just be doing it wrong, but I don't like how this large card gets split up into smaller cards, but it doesn't keep track of the parent and child relationship. Anyway, as you can see, quite a lot of stuff has been done already, quite some stuff still planned, which will be taken up in the future. Before we sign off, I quickly wanted to ask you to go down to the description, click the first link you'll find. It is the link towards the game. Play it, leave some feedback, and I will incorporate your genius feedback into the game itself. That being said, thank you for watching, thank you for flying with Orbital Inc., and until next time. Bye bye!